Okay, so welcome everyone. So the props you'll need are your alpha ball, your 2 blocks and a bolster, and a cushion or a folded blanket, something to sit on. So go ahead and find something to sit up on, if that's a block or a cushion or your blanket. And just roll the shoulders back a few times and just ease any tension out of your shoulders. And then a few times rolling the shoulders forward. And then if you feel like you need to just ease out your neck before we sit for a few minutes, just make any movements that feel good in your neck. Making some circles one way, always being careful and gentle with your neck. And making some circles the other way. Go ahead and close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth with a sigh. Deep inhale through the nose. Release it through the mouth. And one more. And just take a moment or two to settle into your body. And guide your attention to your inner body, your inner space. And just take a moment to observe what you find in your body and how your body feels in this moment. Not putting any words to it, but just observing the energy, observing your state, observing sensation. And then bring your awareness to your breathing. Just let the breath be natural. Just watch how your breath animates your body. Let's do several rounds of Nadi Shodhana, which is a purifying breath exercise. So take your right hand and press the index finger and the middle finger into your palm. And we'll use the thumb to open and close the right nostril and the other 2 fingers to open and close the left nostril. So close your right nostril with your thumb. Exhale the air out of your left nostril. Inhale through the left. Close the left and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right and exhale through the left. Inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close the right and exhale left. And keep going, breathing in and out in this circular breathwork pattern. 2 more full cycles of breath. So we do this to help cleanse the meridians in the body, to balance the right and the left side of the body, balance the masculine and the feminine, yin and yang, night and day. It's balancing the polarities in the body. And at the bottom of your next exhale through the left nostril, you can release your hands back down to your lap. And whenever you're ready, take 2 baseline breaths. So breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. And again, inhale and exhale. We'll take one more moment to tune into the energy and the dream of Mother Earth. Connecting with the Earth's energy, connecting with the dream of the Earth. Know that you can always call upon the Earth's energy for healing, as medicine for your body. And to help you manifest your own personal dreams, your deepest desires. Bringing some focus and some clarity to your own personal dreams and for your dreams of the Earth. Joining your own energy with the Earth's energy. And feeling that connection. Feeling that bond and resonance. We'll blink the eyes open. And we'll begin with our tune-up ball, our alpha ball. And we're going to get into our glutes. So just make some space on your mat. Clear your mat. And then you can lay down on your back. And we'll lift the hips. And we're going to place the alpha ball to the right of the sacrum. So you're lining up the ball to the middle of your upper glute. So between the glute medius, which is your outside glute, upper glute, and the middle of your sacrum. So just place the ball there and take a moment, take a few deep abdominal breaths, allowing the glutes to accept the ball into your tissues. And then we'll start to shift the hips from right to left. So as you shift the hips to the right, the ball moves towards the middle of your sacrum. And then shift the hips over to the left, the ball moves out to your glute medius. And just keep moving slowly back and forth, giving your glutes some release, some massage. And keep your awareness on your breathing. Breathing in and out through your nose. And if the ball starts to shift out of place, just pop it back into your starting position again and continue. Okay, come back to center. Lift your hips and we'll move the ball over to the left side now. So the ball is in the middle of your glute at the top, so between the glute medius and the middle of your sacrum. So just take a couple of deep abdominal breaths before you start to move. And then you can start your movement from side to side. Loosening up the glutes, hydrating the muscles. If it feels good, you can always hang out on one side and give a little extra massage before you continue to the other side. Okay, and then lift your hips, release the hips to the floor, and just place the ball in your belly for a moment and take a breath or two. Feeling the release in your glutes. And then let's roll over to one side, come all the way up into a seated position, and we'll get more into the glute maximus. So place the ball underneath your glute maximus, so right in the middle, and that same leg is bent. So let's start on the right side, so we're all on the same side. So under your right glute, your left leg is bent and left foot flat on the floor. And then we'll just start to move around the ball. So you can imagine, if you like, you've got a pocket on the back of your yoga pants, and you can go across the top of the pocket and then work your way down around the bottom seam. So this is just an option. You can do that, or you can just flow and go where it feels good and where you feel like you need some release. Going to places that feel good. So maybe the glute medius more, upper outer glute. Feeling it out, making sure that you feel safe and that nothing is painful. And then if you want to intensify it a little bit, you can take your right ankle and cross it over the left knee and just do a few more rounds. Okay, and we'll switch sides. So just release your leg, come off your alpha ball, and we'll do the other side. So have a seat on your left glute. The right foot is flat on the floor, knee bent. And begin your little exploration of your glute muscle. Remember to breathe. And remember to do what feels good. Okay. And then to make it a little more intense if you like, take your left ankle, place it above the right knee, and continue to circle around the whole glute muscle. You might find that you're kind of walking around your mat a little bit, traveling around. Okay. And release your left leg, come up off your alpha ball. And let's come onto our back again. And just have your bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can use your block. So come down onto your mat and just take a breath or two and rest. And then find your bolster or your block, lift your hips and slide the bolster underneath your sacrum. So just behind your tailbone. And feel the upper back releasing into the floor. Relax your shoulders into the floor. Relax the arms, the hands. And release the weight of your pelvis into the prop beneath you. So releasing the hip flexors and allowing the heads of the femur bones to descend down into the hip sockets. And just feel the brain cooling. Feel your brain becoming more slow and introspective. Relax your face. And you can stay here if you like, or you can straighten both your legs. So your choice, you can do supported bridge with knees bent, which is more of a restorative posture, or knees straight to feel a full release across the front body and some compression in your low back, finding a back bend. Relax your jaw. Breathe in and out through your nose. Relax your arms and your shoulders. Option two, bring your arms above your head and catch opposite elbows if you'd like a bit more of a stretch through the upper body, through the intercostal muscles. So try it out. If it feels uncomfortable, just release the arms back down to your sides. Nice, deep, even, soft breath, filling the belly with air and then allowing it to deflate as you exhale. Two more breaths. Release the arms if they're above your head and bend one knee at a time. Before you take the bolster out from underneath you, squeeze your glutes, get the low back muscles firing again, and release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Squeeze and lift the hips, move your bolster out of the way, and relax the legs and take a couple of breaths. Now we'll bend the knees and come into happy baby. So pick your feet up off the floor and stack your heels right over top of your knees. And then you can either hook your elbows behind the legs and just catch the hands, drawing the knees down towards the floor on either side of the rib cage, or you can catch your ankles, drawing the knees down. You can catch your big toes, or you can catch the outside edges of your feet and draw the knees down towards the ground. Getting into your hips and the glutes. Breathing deeply and evenly. And although the biceps are working, your arms are working to draw the feet down, the knees down. See if you can relax every other part of your body. So relaxing the hip flexors, even though they're being compressed. Relax your back body. Relax the belly and the heart space. Relax your neck, your face, your whole head. Relax your jaw. And if ever your arms start to get tired, you can always take a break and bring your hands behind or the elbows behind the knees. Take a break and come back when you feel refreshed. And slowly release the feet back down to the floor and stretch the legs out long and just breathe here for a few breaths. Feel the rebound, feel the release through your hip flexors. And let's take some time and stretch out the side body. So reach the arms above your head, stretch your spine nice and long. Reach through the heels, reach through the fingertips. And we'll start by stretching the left side first. So walk the feet over to the right. Walking the feet over to the right until you feel pull through the left side, and then walking your upper body over to the right and catching your arms anywhere that feels appropriate for you. Catch your elbows or your wrist, or leave the arms unbound. Find your breath. Stretching out the waist, stretching out your intercostal muscles, maybe even feeling it down towards your IT band, especially if you're crossing the left ankle over the right. So if you like, you can intensify the stretch a little bit by hooking your left ankle over your right. Take some deep abdominal breaths, filling the belly as you inhale and releasing the belly as you exhale. Relax the feet and the legs. Soften the arms and the shoulders. Soften the face. And if your ankles are crossed, you carefully uncross them and walk the feet back to center. Slowly move your upper body back to center. Stretch your body long and then hug your knees in towards the chest and release your low back. Rock from side to side, massage out the low back. Make some circles with your knees and circles the other way. Release the feet to the floor. Lengthen the legs out and reach the arms above your head. And we'll do the other side. Stretch the spine nice and long before we take our lateral bend. And then walk the feet over towards the left. Stop when you feel a pull through the right hip and waist. And then walk the upper body over towards the left. Catch your elbows or your wrist. And breathe here. So never going too deep. To begin, you can always come deeper after a minute or so has passed. Being gentle with your body. An option to cross your right ankle over the left if you like. And just notice if you're holding any tension in the body and just let the body soften, even if it's just a little bit. Being aware of your belly breathing, the rise and fall of your low belly as you breathe. And carefully uncross the ankles and start to walk your feet back to center. Slowly bring your upper body back to center. Stretch long and then hug your knees in towards your chest and give your low back a nice release. And do whatever feels good in your low back. Giving it a nice massage. Good. And release the feet to the floor. Roll over to one side and slowly press up into an upright position. And we'll come into swan. So if you've got a cushion or a blanket, or a block will work to place underneath your right hip. So have your cushion over on the right side. Come into your tabletop and we'll slide the right knee forward and slide the left knee back a little bit and start to move the right foot any amount towards the top of your mat. So it doesn't have to come very far. It can even stay right in by the groin. But just make sure that your right knee feels safe. Slide your left knee back even more, bringing your right hip towards the floor as much as you can. And then if there's still some space underneath your right hip, just bring your cushion under that hip and keep the hips level. The top of the right or the left thigh is facing straight down towards your mat. And take a breath here, stretching through your left hip flexors, lifting your heart. And on your way down, grab a block, and you may want to rest your head on the block. And if you don't feel this enough in your right glute, all you need to do is bring this foot a little closer towards the top of your mat until you feel more sensation. We'll be here for time, so there's no rush to go to your full range of motion just yet. Relaxing the head, letting it rest on your block or your hands or the floor. Relax your neck. Relax the shoulders and the arms. And feel the full weight of your body, upper body, just descending down towards your mat. Breathing full deep breaths in and out through the nose. Relax your shoulders. Relax both your legs, your feet. your attention on your breath. If your mind wanders off, just gently guide your attention back to your breathing, back to sensation in the body, back to this moment. Take 3 more breaths. Slowly start to press your hands into the floor, straightening the elbows, and come onto tented fingertips and lift the heart again. Lift the head, gazes up, and then we'll release the front leg. So just carefully releasing the right leg back into your tabletop position, and just step that right leg back and release the whole leg, the hip, the knee. And let's take downward dog just for a couple of breaths. So plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the knees and the hips. Stretching out the backs of both your legs, pedal out the feet, pressing alternate heels towards the floor. Bring the knees to the ground, sink the hips back, and we'll take child's pose just for a couple of breaths to release your low back. Big breath in through the nose. Release it with a sigh out through the mouth. And again, inhale. Release it through the mouth. Bring the hands under the heads of the shoulders, and let's meet back up in tabletop. So we'll do the other side. This time the left knee comes up behind the left wrist. Move the right knee back in space, and then move the left foot any amount over towards the right. Keep moving the right knee back in space, and then fill whatever gap there is between the floor and your hip, and come onto your tented fingertips. Lift the heart, stretch through the right hip flexors this time, stretch through the abdominal muscles. And then we'll slowly make our way down towards the floor. An option to use a block under your head, or you can make a pillow with your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. Make sure that your left knee feels safe. You can flex the left foot to help take the pressure off the inner knee. And if your knee is bugging you, just move the left foot closer in towards your groin. Or you can bend the back leg. So bending the back leg and then folding forward. So you can adjust the pose to suit your body and suit the side that you're on. Because you're not symmetrical and your sides will usually feel different. Breathe and relax the whole body. And feeling a stretch through your left glute, creating space in the left hip joint. Directing your breath towards sensation. If you're resting on a block, option to lower the height of your block or take the block out altogether, or you can stay just as you are. Three more breaths. Slowly start to press your hands into the floor. Come up onto tented fingertips and lift the heart. Plant your hands. Take your cushion out of the way. And tuck the back toes. Release the left leg. Come back into tabletop and step the left foot back. And release the knee. Release your hip. And let's take down dog for a moment. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips. And just let the head dangle. Nod the head yes. Shake the head no. And paddle out the feet. Release the knees. Release the hips to the heels. And just a couple of breaths in child's pose. Relax the shoulders around the outer thighs. Bring the hands under the heads of the shoulders. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Uncurl the spine. And let the head come up last. And take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Release it through the mouth. And again, inhale. And sigh it out. Let's release the legs out in front. And we'll come into a forward fold. So option to place your cushion or your bolster underneath the legs if your hamstrings are quite tight. And then separate the legs, fold forward between your legs. But if you don't want to use a bolster, you can use your blocks to support your head, 1 or 2 blocks. And if you need a cushion to keep your back straight or a folded blanket, sit up on your cushion so that your pelvis tilts forward. And just relax the feet, relax the legs. Inhale and exhale, walk the hands forward. Fill the space between your head and the floor. Let the palms be face up. And feel a nice stretch through the whole back side of the body, the backs of the legs, and the muscles on either side of your spine. Release between the shoulder blades. Let the shoulders and the arms and the hands be soft. Relax the neck. Relax the face. Relax the whole head. And feel your body as limp as a rag doll. Relax the legs. Let the feet just roll out towards the sides or roll in, whichever way your legs roll naturally. Keep your attention on your breathing. And notice how you feel. Maybe you want to lower the block one level. Maybe not. Maybe you want to take the block out altogether and just let the body hang in space. Keep softening the body. With every breath, feel the tension dissolving. Feel your body lengthening and opening up. Let's turn the palms to face down. Slowly start to walk the hands back towards your hips. Moving slowly, head comes up last. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Come all the way down onto your back. And relax on your back. Feel the release from your forward fold. And feel the energy moving in your body. Noticing new sensations, new temperatures in the body. Then we'll come into a twist. Bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor, and lift your hips, slide the hips over to the right, lower the hips, pick up the feet, and guide the knees over to the left. Bring your arms into a T shape at your side, guide the right shoulder towards the floor. And option to stay here if this feels nice and is enough of a twist. Or you can come deeper now or later. So I like to move my right or top leg higher, bottom leg lower, maybe shift a little more onto the left hip. But if this feels like too much of a stretch through the low back or anywhere in the body, just stack the legs again. Adjust your pose so that it's comfortable for you. And know that you can always adjust as your body opens up. Feel your whole face relaxing. Feel your hips relaxing. Belly moving with your breath. Legs relaxed. There's always more tension in the body than you think there is. There's always a little more you can release. Option to look away from the knees to complete your twist if you like, or you can just keep your gaze towards the sky. Breathing softly. Take 2 more breaths. And very slowly and carefully start to move one knee back at a time to center. And the hips back to center and give the body a full reset by stretching the body long. And relax the arms back down by your sides. And we'll do the other side. Bend the knees, feet flat on the floor, lift the hips and guide the hips over to the left. Feet come up and legs move over to the right. And maybe this feels good just like this. Stay here as long as you like and make adjustments whenever the body opens up, either by sliding the top knee high or tucking the top leg on top of the bottom leg. So maybe just begin in your simple supine twist, unless you don't feel enough stretch here, and then you can move a little deeper. Letting your body settle into the shape, feeling a stretch across the chest and the armpit area. Relaxing the upper body, softening the belly, relaxing all around the hips, relaxing the legs. Three more breaths. And then we'll slowly start to bring the knees back up to center. Release the feet to the floor, bring the hips back, and stretch out the spine. Stretch through the heels, through the waist, through the fingertips. And hug your knees in towards your chest to release this low back. And then take any other movement or position or pose that you want to take before Shavasana. Anything your body feels like it needs to do to release any last bits of tension. Just listening to your body and then when you're ready, you can find an extra layer, a blanket, some socks, and all the props you like to use for Shavasana. And set yourself up. Get as comfortable as possible. And this is your time to rest and recover from the deep stretches. So the bolster comes behind the thighs, just above the knees. Let the arms be away from the body, feet and knees rolling away from each other. Just feel your body sinking down into the earth, being absorbed by the earth. Just feel the whole body letting go, releasing, becoming one with the earth. Letting your own personal dream and the dream of the earth become one. Slowly start to deepen your breath, breathing more life back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock your head from side to side. Rotate your wrists and your ankles a few times one way, and a few times the other way. If you're using a bolster, you can place your feet on your bolster, push the bolster away from you, and reach the arms above the head. Give yourself one more long stretch. And on your exhale, roll over onto your right side. And just linger here for a moment on your side. And slowly press back up into a comfortable seated position. Find something to sit up on. And sit up nice and tall through your spine. Roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times. Reach up through the crown of the head and root down through the sitting bones, down into the earth. Feeling that strong connection with the earth. Strong connection to the sky, to spirit. So the arms or the hands facing up on your legs. And take a moment to reconnect with your breath. Just noticing how you feel in your inner space, in your body, in your mind, and at your heart. Let's rub the hands together briskly. Make some heat between your palms. And cup your palms over your eyes. Release the hands down the face. Wash the face, wash the neck, bring the hands to the heart. Lift up your heart. Bow your head to your heart. Bow your head and your heart to the earth. And sending lots of love to yourself, to each other, and to the earth. Thank you everyone for joining me this evening. Namaste.